Hey guys, wanted to make this video to show you how to use your end of winter data to make some graphs. So notice you have 4 columns of data here. The first one is year. That's pretty straightforward. Then we have our Julian dates. Remember what Julian dates are. They're just a way of turning actual dates into simple numbers that we can use. We've got last boat, when was the last ferry running, and first boat, what date was the first boat running, and number of days without boat traffic, which is just one subtracted from the other. So the first graph you're going to make is you're going to want year on the x-axis, number of days without boat traffic on the y-axis. How do you do this? Well, turns out there's a simple way to do it. I'm just going to do it with a little bit of the data. You guys will try to do it with a lot of the data. So I'm going to select the whole thing and click this Insert Chart button. When I click that, it's going to try to guess what I want to make, right? It's guessing that, actually kind of a logical guess, that this is time-related data, and so they made a line graph to connect it. But I actually want a scatter plot because we want to know if the length of time that there's no boat traffic is affected by how close to present day it's become. So I need to adjust what's on my axes. Notice over here I've got this chart editor and we're in setup mode. So the first thing that I can do is change my chart type. And I'm interested in a scatter plot right there. I just click scatter chart. Okay, cool. It's got the scatter chart format. I'm in the right format now. Now I want to check, do I have the right thing on the x-axis? I wanted year, so yes, I do. But on under series is like y-axis or dependent variable data. There's 3 things, and I only want this one, number of days without boat traffic. So I'm going to click this triple dot and remove the other ones. Okay, now I have just number of days without boat traffic. You'll notice that this is not correct anymore, but I'll show you how we fix that pretty quickly. Next, we want to add in our trend line. So we click Customize, and we click this little arrow next to Series. It's going to open up the menu. And to get a trend line, all we have to do is check this box. Trend line, right? There we go. It appears. You could change the color. Maybe I like making it less opaque so it's easier to see. Cool. Then I also am asking you to create the equation for it, so I'm going to click this and go Use Equation. Now you see the equation appear right there. Now what we can do is just adjust our axes a little bit so that we know what everything is. So let's go to Chart and Axis Titles. Let's change the chart title. It's already there, so let's change the chart title to change in number of days without boat traffic, right? So pretty clear what we are looking at here. Our x-axis is correctly labeled, it's year, but our y-axis needs a label, so we're going to switch this to vertical axis title and change this to number of days. Actually, maybe a more logical one would be length of ice season, right? And there we have it. So we've got this graph with this, and the trend line, the equation for the trend line, and we can now simply, you can actually do this, copy chart, and you can paste it directly into your Google document. You've got your graph as you need it. I'm going to ask you to do the same thing, but with these 2 columns, and that's going to be a slightly, but not particularly greater challenge than that. Hope that was helpful. See you next time.